used before in the form in Web Center that is relevant for your company. So here I'm going to log in with my special account. And you see, once the login is successful, then I can access the document. And the columns and information that you will need to input into this Excel file is very similar to what we had previously into the Web Center form. To the difference that here you need to actually select your printer name. So you need to select which site this would be for. Is this for, you know, M&M's Paris, New York, Tokyo, Moscow? So this would be the starting point, selecting your site. And then all the items, you know, in red, just like previously with the red asterisks, are mandatory to be filled in. So you would enter your IPMS here. Substrate is optional because it's not in red. The dependent color standard, it's a pick list. And it would actually be the same pick list you would find in the Web Center form. So you select the right color standard that is appropriate for your artwork. IPMS description optional. You would select your business unit, your brand. So you see it's exactly the same pick list we had previously, and the shipping region. Then still mandatory to provide is the profile that would have to be used. In here, you would choose from the list what is appropriate. I pick just one for the training. EN code and variety are optional. They're in black, they're not in red, which means you don't have to provide it if you don't have the information or if you don't feel it's useful. So we have filled in, you know, the first line with all the mandatory information. We recommend you to use this, you know, Excel functionality if you have a lot of CCJ requests. So if you have only a few, then the form within Web Center is probably better. But if you have, you know, 10, 20, 30 CCJs, then the Excel sheet is probably a faster way, because then you can simply, you know, copy and paste the information and then only change, you know, what might have changed. So obviously the IPMS number, we should never have it twice the same. And if anything else of the information is not relevant, you could also change it. And you can actually mix. If you have CCJ for Ariel, but you're also producing, I don't know, some Tide artwork, then you can mix it. You can mix the brands. It's okay. What is important is that you don't mix the sites. Here, your printer name for this specific CCJ request should always be the same. Do not mix the sites. If it's different sites, it's different requests that you need to place. So you fill in all the forms, and there's actually within this Excel file, there's a validation system, you know, to make sure that you have not forgotten anything. So when you're done, you would just click on this big blue button that says validate. And the good thing is that just like, you know, the form in Web Center was showing you in yellow what was wrong or missing, here the Excel file will actually do the same thing and guide you and show you what is not working. So here it says, you know, one error found, missing data, and obviously, oh yeah, I forgot to enter my IPMS number. I would validate it again, and normally, yes, it works. Now what the system does, it's telling you that the validation is okay, and it's asking you if you want to save the document at this stage. So basically, if you say yes, it means you do not have any more lines to enter. You're done with, this specific request. And by clicking yes, you would really save and close the document. If you need to further work on the document because you have more requests to enter, you would answer no, but you could save and close in order to edit the form later. And then you would revalidate and, before you finally save it as Excel. Any question on this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. So once you're done with your file and you've saved it as Excel, you would go back into Web Center and upload it into the system. And to do this, it's very simple. You would click on the upload button down here. And then you would browse it, find it into your hard drive, and, select it. Once it's attached, you would simply click on Create Project in order to submit your request. It's important that the file is saved as XLS or XLSX, because this is the only format that the system would recognize. Anyway, the system would tell you if the extension is not accepted. So you would not be able to actually proceed if you don't save the document with the right format. So this was for how to submit a CCJ request using the Excel file, which we recommend you to use when you have, a large amount of CCJ to place. Now, if I refresh my page, I'm going to show you how to submit a new profile. So let's imagine you are printing a brand new artwork, that doesn't exist out there in the market yet. And it has, a complete new profile that you've never used before. So what we need to do is first ensure that this profile is uploaded into our ICC profile library. Previously, you would be sharing any new profile, with the PQP IANT via email. This will now be happening through Web Center. And to submit a new profile, still on the same page as we were before, you would here on would you like to submit a new profile, you would tick this box and you would upload your new profile. You would click on upload, browse, and when you're done, you would simply click on create project. And this will basically send out the new ICC into our internal ICC profile library. It will be almost instantly available. So if you have a new request to place straight away, then we recommend you to rather use the form in Web Center than the Excel, because for the Excel, we would require actually the support team to add this new profile into the pick list and update the pick list in the Excel file. So if you need to use this new profile straight away for a CCJ request, please do not use the Excel file, but rather the form within Web Center, and allow, I would say, 5-10 minutes for the information, to be processed before you actually place your request. So please do always share, your new profiles, ideally ahead of having an order for the artwork, so that you're not dependent on having to wait for its availability in the library. So just as it's important to share with us any new profile that you have, it's also important to do some cleanup sometimes of the system and to remove any profile that might be obsolete or outdated. This, again, is something you can do via Web Center. And to do this, you would actually this time answer and tick the last box. Do you want to delete one of your profiles? You would tick there, and there you would select the profile to delete. So basically in my training material here, it's only one single profile, but the system would show you all the profiles that are linked to your company so that you can select the one